here today to support my brothers and sisters in Zimbabwe. We need change. Zimbabwe needs change. Rise up, Zimbabwe.
We want Zimbabwe to change. Our leaders are not doing the right thing.
We can't just sit back and watch our people be crushed by an inhumane government.
The government that should be stepping in to help. The government that should be listening to the people who are complaining and crying for help. Instead, they want to silence. Instead of listening and responding, they want to silence.
Tinokukumbirai panano masikati kuti pane chese chatichaita mukati menzvimbo inoi Jehovha ngachikomborerwe nemi nevari kumusha vese tinovaisa mukati memaoko enyu nevese maZimbabwenzi nyangwe vasina kuuya pano tinongovanamatira Baba kuti batai mwoyo yavo kuti mumwe musiwo vagozoona kuti zvatiri kuchemera zvakangofanana nevana veJeriko pavakachemera Jeriko imi Baba mukavabatsira mukavarwira mukavasunungura saka nesu tamira pano pazuva ranhasi tichikumbira kwamuri kuti chitikomborerayo mutiropafadze Baba tinokumbira zvese izvi nezita raJesu Kristu Ishe wedu. Amen.
The one thing about Zimbabwe, as I looked at the word and I researched it and I studied it, I saw the last two letters. It just stood out to me, the last two letters. What are the last two letters? We. That just kept speaking to me. The Lord just kept saying, we. And I said, I look around and I said, then we should be here. Yay! Where are my Kenyan brothers and sisters? Where are my Nigerian brothers and sisters? Yes. We. In Zimbabwe, I believe, is going to be that one. This is the cause that is going to generate a we movement. Where if there is oppression in Zimbabwe, there is oppression in Africa. And it is our responsibility to address it head on. We are the defenders of Africa. We are the light that cannot be hidden, that refuses to be hidden, that will not be hidden and will never go out. Because we have young ones that are ready to carry the torch. So we have put our governments on notice that we will no longer tolerate injustice. We will no longer tolerate poverty in our streets when there are so many people that have more than they need. We want equal distribution of resources. Yes. And we want to make sure those who don't know their rights still get their rights. Yes. And as we are putting pressure on those in Zimbabwe who have been muted, where the government has taken the actual step to try to silence people's right to speak on behalf of those who are being abused and being harassed. The government that should be stepping in to help. The government that should be listening to the people who are complaining and crying for help. Yes. Instead, they want to silence. Yes. Instead of listening and responding, they want to silence. Yes. That is not the government that our forefathers and mothers envisioned. That is not the government that deserves to lead the mighty country of Zimbabwe. Yes. And so we, as people of African descent, we are putting governments all over Africa on notice that the free Africans, the ones all over North America, the ones that can march and protest and come together and rally, we will not stand silent. We will not be complacent until all of Africa is free.
People are being hurt. We are coming out and we are saying these are peaceful demonstrations. Please, guys, understand. You have to hear us out. You have to help the citizens of Zimbabwe. These are the people that have voted you into power. Please, do not hurt our Zimbabwean people. It is wrong. It is unjust. People are suffering. There is poverty. There's police brutality. We are seeing videos of people getting carried out on stretchers. You know, people are disappearing. People are being taken away. Why? Why do we have to live like that? Why is our country gone to such a state?
Working in foreign countries, and when the country was not able to support its own citizens when the government couldn't keep its promise to us. You kept your promise to us. You sent us money over $1 billion every year that you sent to support this government that has failed to do anything meaningful for us. So your marching today and standing with your voices is not insignificant. It is very significant. And it adds to the voices that are now rising up against Robert Mugabe's misrule, against the corruption of the government ministers and politicians that are in Zimbabwe. We love Zimbabwe more than any politician. And we realize that if we don't stand for our country right now, no one else will. If we don't stand for our children, nobody else will. And so this is why it's important that you don't lose heart, that you don't back down. Keep standing, keep speaking, speak truth. Encourage the people at home right now because they are under pressure and they are under fire. The police have come down, the security services have come down heavy on Zimbabweans. They are hitting people, they are beating old people, pensioners. They are beating citizens of Zimbabwe for standing up. We haven't fought them, we haven't done anything else except speak the truth and ask them to fix our country. So people back in Zimbabwe, they need your encouragement. Continue to encourage them, send them messages of hope. Above all, don't stop speaking out, because when you stop speaking out, you deprive us of the weapon that we have, which is our voice. Finally, the unity of Zimbabweans across the world is what is going to break the system in Zimbabwe. We have a chance to be united at an unprecedented level. Kubatana, ukubambana in a way that we have never experienced before, and we've already been able to achieve that. We are sending a voice, a message, number one, to the world, to ask them to stand with us. Number two, we are sending a voice to Zimbabweans, to ask them to continue to stand together. And number three, we're sending a message to Robert Mugabe that in your lifetime, before you die or before you resign or before you are voted out of power, we want you to know that the people of Zimbabwe stood up to fight for their own nation, because we cannot stand any longer and watch them destroy our children's future. They destroyed our grandparents' future, they destroyed our parents' future, they destroyed our future. But we refuse for them to touch the future of our children. So we are in a process now in Zimbabwe that can no longer be reversed, no matter what they do to us. And your voices in Canada are extremely important. Thank you so very much. Remember, God started this for us. God is with us. And the Bible says, if God be for us, who can be against us?
Amen.
My heart goes out to you. I hope to visit you soon.
People today, we are standing for something. So many people are walking for nothing. And we are here standing for something.
All we can say right now is we are united, we are together, and Zimbabwe will rise.
Zimbabwe,